Hi everyone, I'm just going to go through the 1.4 homework real quick, and I'm going to do it pretty fast, so if anything's confusing, I would recommend just watching it back or just waiting to go through the whole video till you get used to just the pattern of these things. So let's look at number 1 first. So it says the absolute value of n minus 3 is 5. So first we want to think about what numbers have an absolute value of 5, which means which two numbers are 5 away from 0. So we have 5 and negative 5 that are both 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from 0. So those are the two numbers that could be in absolute value bars to produce 5 as an absolute value bar. As an absolute value. So I know that within these absolute value bars has to be either 5 or negative 5. So first I'll set this equal to 5. And then I'll set it equal to negative 5. So first, to isolate n in this first one equal to 5, I want to add 3 on both sides. Those 3's go away, and I get that n is equal to 8. So that's one solution. And then I'll add 3 on this one. Those cancel, and n is equal to negative 5 plus 3, which is negative 2. So my two solutions are going to be n equals 2 and n equals 8. And now we want to graph that. So I'll just put 0 right here. So I'll put 8 here and negative 2 over here. And it doesn't have to be perfectly accurate as long as you've got those two numbers there. So now we've got the absolute value of f plus 10 equals 1. So we want to think about what two numbers have an absolute value of 1. So that would be positive 1 and negative 1. So first I'll solve for when f plus 2 equals 1. And then I will solve for when f plus 2 equals negative 1. So first I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. That cancels, and f is equal to 1 minus 2, which is negative 1. Now I'll subtract 2 on both sides here. Those cancel, f equals negative 1 minus 2, which is negative 3. So I've got negative 1 as a solution and negative 3 as a solution for this one. So now for number 3, it says v minus 2 equals negative 5. So if I want to solve for what absolute value is going to be inside these bars, I want to think about what two numbers would have an absolute value of negative 5. But then we have to ask ourselves, can absolute value be negative? So let's see, absolute value of positive 5 is 5. Absolute value of negative 5 is also 5. So I can never have a negative equal to the absolute value of something because distance is always positive. So I know for number 3, there's no solution. So you can write no solution. You can use this symbol. I'm fine with either. So now for number 4, it says the absolute value of 4t minus 8 is equal to 20. So we got to think about what two numbers can have an absolute value of 20. It would be positive 20 and negative 20. So first let's solve for when it is positive 20, and then for when it is negative 20. So first I want to isolate t by adding 8. Those will cancel, and 4 times t is equal to 20 plus 8, which is 28. I'll divide out my 4. Those cancel. So t is equal to 28 over 4, and 28 divided by 4 is just 7, so t equals 7. Now we'll solve for when we have negative 20, so add 8. Those cancel. 4 times t equals negative 20 plus 8, which is negative 12. Divide by 4, those cancel, divide by 4. T is equal to negative 12 divided by 4, which is negative 3. So these are our two solutions, negative 3 and 7. So I'll put negative 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.